Oh, no, obviously not. Okay, what happened?
Go to full screen with your top, the very top.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It's 9:31,
Right
so I'd
here,
like
right?
to go ahead and get
Here.
started. Welcome to our very first workshop in a series of workshops for Dharma-Centered Living 101. So happy to see
Wait,
all
I
of you
can't hear
here.
her.
I'm Debbie Kubota, the chair of the Commission on Buddhist Education and also the State Dharma School Committee. And I am so happy to have everyone all together. Today we have 5 other locations across the state and 1 location in Orange County, at Orange County Buddhist Church in California. We also have a few signing on from their homes because of illness or inability to make it here. But in any case, welcome to everyone. To start this morning's session, I'd like to
Sound. We should
introduce
at least
Bishop
get sound from the
Toshiyuki
TV.
Umitani, who is joining us from the Buddhist Study Center. He will
Prevent
be
zero.
starting with a short
We
essay.
cannot hear.
She's talking already. Is your audio, your speakers?
Well, see, this is.
Some
Bishop Umitani, are you ready for your aspiration?
Yes, she knows.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, before we begin, can you hear me? For hosting this event. And as the opening aspiration, I'd like to recite the Golden Chain of Love. So would you please join me in Gasho? I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bishop Umitani. And what a fitting beginning to our workshop today. Before we start, please keep your microphone on mute and please hold your questions until Trinidad asks for them. The coordinators can communicate with me in the Zoom chat. So I am extremely honored today to introduce our distinguished presenter for our workshop, D. Trinidad Hunt. This is a little long and I'm going to go fast because she has lots of information to share with us. But the D in her name stands for Dorothy, who was her grandmother. And her grandmother, the Reverend Dorothy Hunt, wrote The Golden Chain of Love. So I'm so happy that Bishop Umitani used that to start our session. She also wrote some of our beloved Gathas. Trinidad comes from a family of educators, receiving a degree in education and teaching on the mainland. She was slated to come back and take over her family's school, the Island Paradise Academy on Oahu, but she had her sights on loftier goals. Trin, as her friends call her, and her business partner developed Elan Enterprises, which had sites in Hawaii, Australia, Wisconsin, and Canada. They provided organizational and leadership training to corporations worldwide, including Frito-Lay, Sprint, Pepsi-Cola, and locally Halekulani and Outrigger Hotels, to name a few. She and her business partner were invited to teach at schools in Australia, so they developed activities for teachers to train their students in character education, developing some of the resource materials you have in front of you today. This venture became their nonprofit entity, the World Youth Network International. Trin has hosted an East Coast radio talk show, was awarded the prestigious VIP Women of the Year Award from the National Association of Professional Women, recognized in Who's Who of American Women in Business, and received global attention speaking in both China and India. She has authored and co-authored numbers of books and has written 3 contributions for the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. Without further ado, here is Trinidad Hunt.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I never know who they're talking about. I'm retired. So I'm thrilled to be with you. We're going to move as rapidly as we can, yet as consciously as we can, through a lot of material, because all of you are here today to really be able to work with our young people. And our young people, of course, are the generation that will be taking over after us. So I'm thrilled to be with you all today. Okay? I would like to start with the slides, if we can do that. Does everybody know everybody? Pretty much. Do you know everybody? No. I want to introduce Nolan and Honey. I can't read the name tag. Sadie and Amy, they came from Hilo to be with us. And Holly came from Hilo, that's right. So I just want you to know that there's no strangers in the room. We're all connected through Buddha, and we're all connected through the fact that we're human beings. So I wanted everybody to know everybody. Also, I want to welcome everybody from all the other centers. I want to take the moment to do that. We have got Honolulu, Oahu, Maui, Kauai. What else? Orange County, that's right. So I'm welcoming them. We'll just move on. Thank you, Darren. We'll just move on. Oh, there they are in tiny little things up there. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. We're going to get started today with number 1 on the slides. I need to find my slide thing and turn it on. Okay, good. Dharma Centered Living, and the language of learning today is experiential. So please know that what we're going to be doing today is a lot of direct experience. Would you please start by, I had orders to send it to the, looks like there we go. Okay, back up. Okay, everybody take their hands, please. Direct experience. We're going to do some direct experience. Lace your fingers. Now look at the thumb that's on the top. Everybody out there on the other centers, look at your thumb that's on the top. Wiggle it. Very good. Everybody knows the thumb on the top. That's the hand that's on the top. Okay? Now flip your hands over, please. And look at the baby finger. That's the hand that's on the bottom. Got it? Hand that's on the top, hand that's on the bottom. Okay, we're going to be discussing changing behavior today. So we're going to change in a moment, not yet, in a moment. I'm going to ask you to take your hands, pull them all the way apart. Don't slap your neighbor in the face, okay? Pull your hands apart, and then I'm going to say change, and you put the hand that's on the top on the bottom, hand that's on the bottom on the top. Ready? Hands open, change. How many of you had to think about it? Yeah, because why? Because it's a habit. Take your arms, tuck them in, give me attitude. There you go. That's pretty easy to do, right? We know how to give attitude, and we wonder why our kids know how. Okay, so look at the arm on the top. Look at the arm on the bottom. Now you know what we're going to do, right? So don't preempt me. In a moment, we're going to pull our arms apart. We're going to take the arms on the top, put it on the bottom, arms on the bottom, put it on the top. Ready? Arm apart, change, go. Whoops, whoops, whoops. And it's all because of the comfort zone, isn't it? Comfort zone is made of our habits. Would you flip the thing? There's a comfort zone card. Got the comfort zone card? All right, so the comfort zone, everybody's got one. It's the area of our habits, isn't it? It's the safe area, the area that's secure. It's the area that is comfortable, that we've been through, that we've lived with. And today we're going to ask us to stretch. So I want you to imagine for a moment that we're going to do this. We're going to go stretch. We're going to stretch a little more. We're going to stretch a little more until our comfort zone changes and we become better at what we want to become better at. Any questions on that? Well, lighten up. It's not so serious. Okay, great. So that's what we're going to start doing. Now, the second thing is you've got something that looks like this. Storyboards. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. There we go. Would you find this piece of paper, please? And while you're at it, find this piece of paper. It should be right towards the top. You've got these 4, and you've got these 9. Got him? Okay, great. So let's take the 9 box for now. Now, storyboards are a way of keeping notes. So if you would, pull 2 of these out, and would you title one of them Notes? Put notes on one. On the second one, would you title it Activities? In fact, bring out 3. On the third one, title it Training Template. Now, pretty much you may set aside all of these things so that you can write and you can work. Pull everything out of the way, get your storyboards ready. And in the first box on the activities sheet, perfect, write comfort zone activity, hands laced, arms crossed. Comfort zone activity. You did good on that one, Sadie. Sadie, you need some pens and some paper to write with. Give her a stack of the paper. Yeah, help yourself, sweetheart. Just you play with us, okay? Good. We're glad to have you here. So the first one is the comfort zone activity, hands laced, arms crossed. Now, I also would like you to know, all of us to know, that we are recording this so that you will be sent a link and you can watch what I've done and utilize it with your students. You can watch the entire thing over and kind of practice it and use it with your students, okay? Let me show you what storyboards look like. This is somebody's taking notes with me. So you see the highlighters. Take a highlighter, please. Highlight the first box on your activities thing with a color. We'll get some more. These are over here. Might as well use them. Here. Oh, you've got some. Good. Some extras. Some extras. Yep. Yep. Extras. Oh, you've got. Okay. So highlight the box. Just good. Highlight the next box in another color. Trade colors. There you go. There you go. There you go. So these are adults in Australia, having done a day of training with me. That's what their boxes look like. And if you look very closely, there's information in there. It's not just coloring. So for example, strive and improve on the left-hand side. Trust up in the middle right. You see that? Trust? Margaret's sitting in the front row so she can see. Yeah. She's looking at all the slides. Okay. Yeah, isn't that something? So, and this is how they took notes, so they could go back and they could refer to them, and the notations would stand out. Okay? That's what a table looked like when I was doing training. What a mess. It was great. One of the things I think that's going to have to happen, are all of you Dharma school teachers? No. Oh, great. Who's a Dharma school teacher? Let me see in front of me. 2. All the rest are interested people? Why are you here? Oh, how wonderful. Well, I'm glad you're here. And you just came because you saw the flyer. Oh, terrific. You just showed up because you just wanted to show up? You're a teacher, right? You're okay. Well, I'm thrilled to have you. I thought it was going to be mostly Dharma school, but it looks as if we've got all of us here. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so that's what a training room looked like when we were in Australia. We did 35 trips in 14 years. We would stay for a month at a time. We trained all of the principals, almost all the way around Australia, all of their vice principals. We traveled all over Australia teaching team leaders so that they walked away with activities, because they were struggling with the same thing we're struggling. How do you reach these young people? They're really experientially based. So I was always thrilled to go to Australia. All right, you have 2 types of storyboards. You have the 4-box. This is called the 4-box. This is for our younger children, probably K through 3 or 4, depending on their dexterity. Then you have the 9-box, which is middle and upper grades, and for teachers to take notes, etc. Okay? Insight learning model, can you pull this up, please? What I'd like to share with you is that people come to us, the young people come to us with unconscious habits or behaviors. And what we're doing, and everything we do with students, is all these activities on the left and right side are used to bring about a personal awakening or insight. Is that clear? Personal insight. So that the kids aren't just being told something, they're having an aha, an awakening. Now, when a youngster has an awakening, it brings into awareness, conscious awareness. Does this have a pointer on it? It does. Ah, the Reverend knows. That's the pointer? Okay, thank you. Oh, it drowns out up there. It doesn't show. So it doesn't matter. Let me point right here. So we have a conscious awareness, then they have new choices available to them. So students have an opportunity when we do activities to have their own breakthrough, and that's when teaching really works. That's when they understand something, when they understand it, not when they're told to understand it, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today, our activities. Training template. I'm going to actually do this for you. You have a piece of paper that you've said training template. I'm going to write some boxes. Are you ready? Box number 1. And I'm going to simplify what's up on the screen. Make it very, very simple. Box number 1. Step 1. Start with a story, or a lesson. Step one, start with a story or a lesson. And this could be a story of Buddha, a lesson about kindness through the living of his life. Number two, step number two. Step number two, do an activity with two parts. It's not writing properly. Step two, let me put it up here. No, you got some. By the way, this is Kathy. Come here.
Hello.
This is my niece. So she'll be helping you today, and she'll be helping me today. She has a great smile, doesn't she?
Thank you.
Thank you, baby. Okay, so step number two. Activity. Could have an A and a B. An A would be doing it alone, so an individual activity. B would be team activity. Step number three. Cat, thanks, baby. You can just put it up there. Step number three. Debrief the activity. Step number four. I'm doing it more simply, sweetheart Margaret. So I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm trying to make it more simple. Okay. So step number four. Don't even follow that. Step number four. Debrief the whole room, which is full room sharing. Okay, is that clear, Holly? Okay, and the last one, step number five, let me see if I can get it up here. Step five is something I will close today with, which is 2 gifts I got today, 2 gifts I received. How do you spell received? I before. Thank you. And 1 commitment to action. Now, this is a template that I follow completely all the time, and it's very simple. Step 1, you give them a lesson. Step 2, individual and team activity. Perfect, thank you. Step 3, debrief the specific activity. Step 4, share, close the room with sharing. And then step 5, 2 gifts that we received, and everybody does that 2 gifts. 2 things I learned today or gifts I received. Okay? Any question on that? Pretty clear? So we're going to follow this template as we move through the morning. All right. We are going to use the word listen for a lesson that's going to run. The lesson is going to run from preschool all the way to high school, but on 1 word. We're going to do 1 word all the way through so that you see a demonstration and experience and do a demonstration all the way from preschool to K 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 12. Okay? Thank you. Oh, I did. Oh. Thank you. See, what would I do without her? What would I do without her? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, Kat. Okay, all right, here we go. So listening, let's talk about listening. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to be a really bad listener. Can anybody identify with that? My mind would wander. Yeah, I was very good at keeping my eyes on the person, so it looked like I was listening, but then all of a sudden I'd go, could you repeat that one sentence? I lost you for a moment. How many of you had that experience? Okay, so I went to my Chinese friend, right? Because local girl, right? You have mixed friends. I went to my Chinese friend and I said, I'm really, really a bad listener. And she said, yeah, I know you are. I said, wait. She said, yeah, you are. You really are. And I said, well, wait a minute. I looked it up in the English dictionary. There's nothing about listening. Just listen or hear. There's no depth. She said, well, in Chinese, we have a lot of depth. And she drew this kanji for me. And in the kanji, you can see the eyes up in the corner. It looks like eyes. You see that? Look at your card. You've got a kanji card. You've got one. Somewhere. There you go. Find your listening card. There it is. So she said to me, okay, so in Chinese, kanji, this is old Chinese kanji, by the way. Does anybody know Chinese kanji? You do? Okay, great. So I always get embarrassed because I don't know it. But I've trained this for 25 years, so cross your fingers that I do it right. You can correct me, okay? All right. So kanji, so the eyes, you got to have your eyes on the speaker. And she was teaching me, you've got to have your ears. You can see the left-hand corner. It looks like an ear. You got to have your heart wide open. And I said, are you kidding? I'm a local girl. My heart's so open, it's ridiculous. Then she said, you got to have a positive attitude, and you've got to have your attention really focused. So I said, okay, thank you. And I began studying listening. Years later, somebody came up to me and said, do you know what that corner means? That left-hand positive attitude corner? And I said, no, what does it mean? And he said, it means, and you want to write this down somewhere in one of your boxes or on a piece of paper somewhere. This is really important. I'm going to give you two meanings, okay? Conscious, subconscious, and superconscious mind. So the three levels: superconscious at the top, conscious in the middle, and subconscious underneath, all focused. But there's another meaning. And the other meaning is this. And this came from a Chinese teacher. Holly, did you get it? You wanted me to say it again? It's okay. Superconscious, conscious, subconscious. Now, the next meaning, can we shut that door? The next meaning is this. And this came from a Chinese scholar. He said, this is ancient Chinese. And what this is to have honor or respect as if you were talking to the highest emperor in the land. So let me say that again. To have honor or respect as if you were talking to the highest emperor in the land. Which I thought was pretty powerful. And then another Chinese scholar said something to me. On that single line that says undivided attention, she said to me, it also has many meanings, as in Chinese kanji. It means an undivided heart. An undivided heart. Undivided attention and an undivided heart. Now we're going to do some activities. We got some foundation in there. Okay? Preschool. How many of you teach preschool with your kids? Do you, Holly? You teach preschool with the kids in the Dharma school? You got some little ones? Okay. Have you got little ones, Mikey? No, you don't teach Dharma school. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. Do you teach Dharma school? Or just you're in? I'm around. Oh, I love it. I hang out. Okay, all right. So everybody together, I'm going to do this like I would with a child. You ready, Sadie? You got to do this with me now, okay? Ready? There it is. Eyes, ears, heart, and mind. I listen with all of me because I'm kind. Okay, ready together? We're going to say it together. Ready? Eyes, ears, heart, and mind. I listen with all of me because I'm kind. That's how you start with the preschool. And I apologize, but I got a whole list of people who do preschool, so they have to have that. The other thing is this: when you're doing preschool, you're going to use a big blank sheet of paper for drawing what does listening mean to me. So preschoolers are going to do a large sheet, where our younger kids, Kathy, I need this. It's okay. This will go K1, 2, maybe 3. Preschool, K1, 2, 3, 4, even 4 sometimes. And then this is for 5, 6, 7, and up. And I use this with adults. That's the 9-box storyboard. Okay? Now, K through 2. Would you, everybody get this out, please? I particularly love this piece. Let me explain it a little bit. If you would, just put me on the screen for now, Darren and Joey, so they can see it everywhere. This particular thing is a placemat for children, and it's erasable. And that's what I love about it. I am giving you total permission to make copies of this and to get them plasticed so that you can use them if you want in your Dharma school, so that everybody's got, the children have it. Now, all the words that are on this, if you notice, are intellectual words, IQ words, EQ, emotional quality words, SQ, social quality words. And this has all the words in our K through 12 curriculum, because I wrote character education for K through 12. So let's find the listening word. Somebody have the listening word? Sadie, where's the listening word? Come on. You got it. Did you find it? Okay, take your erasable pen and circle the listening word, everybody, please. It's right down here in the social area, or the IQ area. And by the way, yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's too much. Hi, welcome. You slipped in. Nice to see you. Jewel. Well, that's a great name, Jewel. Nice to meet you. I'm Trin. Okay, so circle out. We're working on listening today. Your erasable pens look like... No erasable pens? Here, this is an erasable? No? No, no. Oh, an extra batch here. Thank you. Oh, just one. Here's an extra one. That's yeah, so, oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, so circle, listen. Now I'm going to have you do the activity for a moment, okay? So if you would, flip the board over, the placemat over. So these boxes are for the young people to draw what listening means to them. So listening, I would say, at home, they can draw it. Listening on the playground, listening to the teacher, listening, and you just go through every day. So you could do this for 2 or 3 weeks. Then you erase it and pick another word. Okay? Now, first box. Ready? Draw how you listen, or write how you listen and you gain from listening to your family. So listening to the family, what is it for you? What does listening to the family mean to you? For you, yeah, for yourself. Yes, yeah, you're answering for yourself. What does listening to the family mean for you?
Interjected for a moment. For you educators, it's how we say, what does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? If that helps you.
Oh, that's great. So what does it look like, sound like, and feel like when you're talking with one of your family members and listening to them? You don't have to draw. You can write it. And is that an erasable? Oh, perfect. Okay, you're good. Just, you can write it. The kids will draw it when they're in the kindergarten, first and second grade, they'll draw. Box number 2. What does listening look like, sound like, and feel like at work or with your friends? Either one, pick work or friends. What does listening look like? What does it sound like? And what does it feel like when you're with your friends? Come on, Sadie. What does it look like, sound like, and feel like? Thank you for being here, Sadie. I know that it's hard. I'm working with all these adults and you have to be here. Shucks. So lucky. There you go. Mrs. Fryer just said you're really lucky. I don't know if you've realized it. So far, is that pretty clear? You will have the kids circle the word you're working on for the week, flip it over, and draw what it looks like, sounds like, and feels like at home, looks like, sounds like, feels like at school. You can do the playground, you can do with best friends, you can do it with all kinds of situations, and the kids get to draw it. Now, once they've done that, they turn to each other and do a paired share. Can we demonstrate pair sharing? This is the position for pair share. Yep. And your knees are about 2 to 3 inches apart. You're totally embarrassed and out of your comfort zone. So you say hi. Hi. Okay, would you get into pair share position, please? Pair share position. Holly grabs somebody. We've got Holly over here. You two ladies do pair share, okay? Holly, you want to go over there? Oh, there you go. Oh, perfect. Okay, where'd she go? Oh, perfect. Oh, you folks are on it. I love it.
Good students.
All right, pick an A and a B in the partnership.
Or kids with junkin' and munkin', right? Yeah.
Junkin' and munkin'. You got an A and a B? Okay. All right, A's. Would you share what listening really means to you with your family? What do you see, hear, and feel when you're really listening and you're really connected with a family member or your children, and you're really in a conversation that has meaning? Share with your partner. A's will share, B's will listen, right? As A's share their experience with listening with the family. Ready? Begin. Go. Walk around and see. You want to inspire? Get Sadie to share. Okay, and when A's are finished, B's start sharing. Thirty seconds, keep going. You're done. Oh my goodness. 30 seconds, keep going, and then we'll close. Then we'll debrief. Time. Now, before we separate, would each of you think about something you gained from being with your partner and thank them specifically for what you got from them? Okay? So you're both going to thank each other, something you specifically felt or got or learned from the experience of listening. Ready? Begin. Thank your partner specifically. You can thank together. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, we'll do that. That's good. So cute. I love it. Okay, begin to complete. Thank your partner with a hug. Yeah, there you go. This is Hawaii. Jules, I was told you want to share. That's not fair. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Come on up here. Come on up here. Jules is going to share. All right, microphone. There you go.
Okay, what am I sharing?
I don't know. What is some?
The feelings and emotions of talking to my family.
Yeah.
For me, when I talk to my family, I think of all my past experiences and I try to transfer it to them.
Oh, beautiful.
And I don't take anything personal if they don't take it. They can take it or leave it.
Oh, well, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I have to allow them to experience that, and I want to see what their reaction is to that.
That's beautiful.
So I can, keep the
Navigate and keep
the
them
ship
on track.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. Give them a hand. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to share? Thank you. Margaret?
Want me to share?
Well, yeah, come on up here.
Okay.
Come on up here.
Well, this one was easy because I have an older daughter, Colette, is in Washington, and she always calls me on her way to work or after work about the patients she sees in intensive care.
Oh,
And one time, she goes, a patient never thanked me. So that was one sharing she gave me. And then my younger daughter, she's more introverted, Jonna, and she'll do FaceTime with me. And immediately I can see whether she's happy or sad or crying because we're on FaceTime. So that was my sharing with Debbie.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much. You want to share? No, you want to share, Holly? Oh, all the shy people. Sadie, you want to share? Dad Nolan, you want to share? Yeah, come on up. Come on up. Thank you. Give him a hand. Bring him up here. Woo-hoo!
Well, my listening at home has to do with our daily schedule and cooking. So I drew a pot and then a calendar because we have to figure out what are we doing today and what are we going to eat for our next meal. So that's a little listening.
Thank you so much. Okay, we'll turn this off. Anybody else want to share? So cute, yeah? No. Debbie?
We'll turn it off.
You sure, Debbie? Yes. All right. Now, that is how you run paired sharing. Let me walk you through on your storyboard, activities storyboard. Write the next box on your activities storyboard, paired sharing. P-A-R-E-D, paired sharing. No, on your storyboard, baby, on the one that says activities.
Oh.
The one that says activities. You're going to take those home, but it's good to have it on record. Yeah, on your 9-box storyboard, very good. On the one that says activities, everybody got it? I'm looking for it myself. I don't have one. Kat, where are you? Oh, thanks. Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's on this one, and it said you had activities, right? Okay, go to the next box, the empty box, write paired sharing. Point number 1, pick an A and a B. Kat, where's the, thank God you're here. Thanks. So point number 1 under it, pick A and B in the partnership. You know how to seat everybody, correct? You seat everybody facing themselves, knees about 2 inches apart. Then the second thing is, A's begin sharing, B's listen, or I like to fool them and I'll say, B's share, A's listen. And then once you've done that, you do a reverse, B's share, A's listen, if it goes past the box, don't worry about it, just keep going. And then you debrief by teaching people to say thank you for something specific. Thank you to each other. Thank your partner for something specific. It's pretty bad writing. Okay? And then you do a full room debrief. So the last is a full room debrief. And you saw that with somebody coming up, with Jewel coming up and sharing. I love it. With Margaret sharing, Nolan sharing, everybody sharing, okay? Now, if you notice, that pretty much follows the template. Any questions so far? Okay. Kat, when they're finished copying this, can we stick it up on that board? So this is following the template. Get into a seating. Inches, 2 inches apart. Okay, you want to take it for me, honey? Thank you. Any questions on that? We're good? Yes, Holly? Wait, we need the mic. Let me give you the mic. It's okay. No, so that everybody on the other, otherwise they can't hear. So the reverse is it's called switch. Yes.
Oh,
Question.
oh no, I just wanted to comment. That
Yes, please.
B can share what A said.
No, B
So-
share do their own sharing. Something.
Or when they're done sharing, then B can say what A told them.
No, not on this
or-
one.
Oh, okay.
On
But
this one, we did just share and other one listen. Okay? We will do one in again where you share back.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Okay?
sometimes,
But not on this
yeah,
one.
they don't listen.
They don't listen. We're
well
going to
and-
do listening. Okay, so we're going to do listening for the older kids now. When they don't listen. You do know they don't listen, right? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got to back up. The other thing is, would you all pull this piece out? It's a whole batch of stuff. It starts with a picture like this, I think. Flip it over. Is it there? Is it there? Okay. Looks like this. This is for K through 2 coloring. Turn the page. You have a series of things that you can do for homework with the babies. Turn the page. You have telephone listening. Does everybody remember the telephone listening activity? Did everybody do that as a youngster? Yes. So that's a good one for K. Actually, it's a good one for 2nd and 3rd grade. You might want to mark this: 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. That's about when they have not had it. So that's a good one. Telephone listening. Then if you notice, I've put a series of quotations. So if you're teaching Dharma school, we're going to assume you're teaching Dharma school. If you're teaching Dharma school, you can copy these and put them on the board so that the kids can see them. Okay. What was that? Yes, you can put it up in high school too. All right, then there's another coloring page, so you can do with the youngsters, with the babies, you can do 2 weeks of working with listening, because listening is a lifetime skill, isn't it? So you've got 2 weeks worth of material at least to do listening again with coloring. Come over here, we need a microphone. Wait, no, stop.
This is what I noticed. Is it on? Okay, this is what I noticed when I walked around and you guys were facing each other, knees 2 inches apart. I like to tell my students, 6-year-olds, what you're doing when you're doing active listening is, number one, your eyes are on the speaker. And I saw that with all of you. We didn't even have to say it, but I need you guys to point that out to your kids, what they did. Another thing you guys were doing is you were encouraging the speaker by asking questions. So those are 2 things I wanted to point out that you guys were doing. Eyes on speaker, asking questions. Yeah, so good job.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh my gosh, give her a hand. She's wonderful. She just finished school and she came to help us. All right, this packet is for your young ones, probably K through 2. So the whole packet, now, there's a lot of other sheets at the back. Those are extra sheets that we will not be doing today. Let me point those out. We could only cover a certain amount today, so let me point out those sheets. It starts with something that looks like a big Y. That's called a Y chart. Everything behind there is another lesson. Way at the back. Good. Everybody found them? And then you've got something that looks like a placemat that looks like this. A couple of sheets that look like this. We'd like you to hold on to those sheets for the next time we get together. We'll work with all of those sheets when we get together. All right. next activity is something I call musical listening. So if you would, form 2 lines up here. Kat, you want to move this table? Don't you love it? I do. Oh my gosh, we have to do these things. You got it? Okay. 2 lines facing each other. I love it. Thank you so much for being such willing people. Okay, so this way, 1 line this way, 1 line facing this way. So get close. You can stand close. Okay, 1 line facing this way. Yep, a specific person. And somebody up here, Linda, come over here. There you go. There you go. Oh, good. You get to face a person. Right here, you can face Daddy. Okay, find a person to face. And would you face Nona? Come on this way. Perfect. Okay. Oh, you're facing 2 people. Don't you love it? Always have 2 people in mind. You always have to take care of them, don't you? Aren't they beautiful? Okay. All right. Now, would you get so that you're about this close? 1 foot apart, 1.5 feet. A foot and a half. 18 inches. Give it 18 inches. 18 inches apart. Back up 1 bit, 1 little bit. Perfect, perfect. Okay, line number A. This is the line A, this is line B. Line A, would you please listen while your partner tells you a short story about their lives? And what you're going to do, line B, is you're going to share just something that you really love. Your hobby, the thing you really love, okay? So B's, share the hobby. A's, listen. Use your eyes, use your ears, use your heart. Ready? Begin. Go. Warn Darren back there. I'm going to ask him to play music. Okay, A's, thank your partner. Tell them what you heard. Okay, pause. Line A, we're going to play some music. You're going to move and come around and grab another partner. When we stop the music, you stop at that partner. Ready? On your mark, you can figure out how the line's going to go. Good luck. It'll go that way. Okay? And the end person comes around the back and comes over here. On your mark. Nice loud music. Keep walking. A's are marching, B's are standing. Music. I hope so. It's beautiful. Just find somebody you work with, find somebody you work with, find somebody you were not with, find somebody else, just change. Okay, find a partner you work with, stop the music. Go find somebody. There you go, perfect. Now A's are going to share, B's are going to listen, and in a few minutes, B's will share what they got. Ready? A's, sharing with B's, something about your life that you love, hobby or something you really love that you're happy with. Go, begin. time. Thank your partner. Thank your partner. I love it. You just keep finding each other, don't you? All right. Ready for a partner hug, and then we can sit down and we'll go over that. Ready? Partner hug. Thank you. I love it. Give yourselves a hand. Now, on the box of activities, go to the next empty box and title it Musical Listening, and you will use chairs for this. Yeah, like musical chairs. Run it like musical chairs, where you've got the chairs lined up, and one person gets to pull out, and then that person gets to come back in. Don't get rid of people. So it's musical chairs, but musical listening. Kat, you have any comment? No, you need a mic. I know Kat has a comment. She's been in the classroom for a long time.
No, I just wanted to share that it's cute how she can't get you guys to stop talking. I love it, and the smiles on your face. So the more you can give your kids opportunities to share, the better. But I did want to say this. I like to test my kids listening by saying, hey, A's, what did your B partner say? So you can do that to see if they were really listening.
Oh, that's good.
Right? So if A is going to speak, it's like, okay, I'm listening. I look like I'm listening. Okay, Kat, what did Trin say? Oh, I don't know. I was just waiting for my turn to talk. Right? Sometimes that happens, so just make sure you can kind of keep them on their toes by making them repeat what their partner said.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very nice. So, yes, she's absolutely right. Oh, I was just waiting for my turn. Okay, so that's musical chairs, but it's musical listening, and you do it like you do musical chairs, and I think all of us pretty much know how to run that one. Kat, can I get this table back? All right, sweetheart. And I don't know where the clicker is. There we go. So pretty much we've covered K through 2. Any questions on K through 2? Those of you in the other areas, do you have any questions that you want to send to Debbie on K through 2? I was going to hold questions to the end, but let's handle them as we go. Honolulu, any questions for Debbie? Maui, any of you? Are you listening? Oh, thank you. Are you practicing listening? Oh, my goodness. Did anybody hear anything? We're having a great time over here. Are you playing and having fun? They're nodding. Okay, great. So we're waving at you. Everybody here, can you get the camera to wave? Everybody here, wave. We're all waving at you, saying, oh, there you are. Yay. Nice to see you. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, we're going to go on. So pretty much K through 2 and the placemat. Everybody clear on the placemat. I personally love the placemat. If you look at the words that you've got available to you on the placemat, I personally use this a lot with young people because you can go almost, actually, Kat said to me, I think you could go up through middle and high school because some of the words are really hard. Things like patience, determination, optimism and discipline, self-awareness, cooperation. Those are high school words, or things that at least middle school words. Respond. Say it again. I think we can all put this on our refrigerator and do it ourselves, right? Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. So these are all the words that we cover in the K through 12 curriculum. And you can work with any of the young people on any of these, and they get to draw it or talk about it. They can go into a listening paired share and talk about their experience of, oh, this is a good one, their experience of being patient when they're in the line at the grocery store with their mother. Right? They're not. So you've got it right here. Any questions on that? All right, so we're going to move on from that. Now, I wanted to share with you, actually, I wanted to share something else with you. Will you get into paired sharing position with someone you did not come with or do not know? Find a partner, get into paired sharing. Now, we've got other chairs. Find a partner, yeah, somebody you have not shared with. This is okay, find chairs, get into paired sharing position. There you go. Here, Jewel, there's a chair over there, grab a chair. Yep, stay with, he wants you, sit down. That's perfect, thank you. Jewels. I love the name. Grab some chairs in the back, ladies, and get together in paired sharing. Get your knees about 2 to 3 inches apart. There you go. Say hello to your partner. But you haven't shared with him, so go ahead and sit. Go ahead. Now, in this activity, we're going to demonstrate 2 things. There's going to be 2 parts to the activity. First of all, did you say hi to your partner? Hi. Okay, good. Good. That's a good thing to do. We're going to demonstrate the first time not listening. Now, listen, when we do this with kids, they get really crazy and they start going like this and going like this. Tell them that they're pretending to listen, but they're not listening. So when you're pretending to listen, what happens? What are some of the cues, the visual cues that happen? Eyes go where? Wander. Yep, the eyes wander. They sometimes, yeah, exactly. They sometimes take a deep breath. Yeah, right. So you don't have to be totally obvious. You're going to pretend. So B's, you're going to be talking. A's, you're going to pretend not to listen. And in the process, you're not going to listen. All right? So, okay, so what did I say? A's or B's? A's are not listening. A's are not listening. B's, would you please share something that's really important to you, maybe your hobby, whatever. And A's, do not listen, but pretend to listen. Ready? On your mark, begin. Okay.
What's important to me.
Yeah, what's important to you? Something like a hobby or something. It doesn't matter what you're talking about, but something you love. Okay, go. And you don't listen now. Okay. Good. Okay, wait a minute. The A's are not going to listen. The B's are going to be sharing something that they love. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Pause. So, who was talking? Let me see who was talking. How did it feel when their eyes wandered and they weren't listening? What did it feel like? What did it feel like, Debbie? Yep. You should have that mic following you around. How did it feel?
Well, it was very difficult for me to keep talking because I knew Susan wasn't paying attention.
How many of you who were talking found that it was really hard to talk when somebody's not paying attention? Let me see the hands. Yes. You know why? Because the energy disconnects. And so what's happening is you've got two human beings, and human beings are connected in the field of energy. One disconnected, the other gets very uncomfortable. You notice that? How many of you noticed that you lost your thought? You almost lose your thought when you try to share, and they're not listening. Okay, great. Say it again. I changed the subject. Jules changed the subject. Yeah, I got the point, because it's uncomfortable, isn't it? Yeah. I love it. Okay, now we're going to switch. Okay? So who was sharing? A's are now going to share. Is that correct? Yes. And B's are going to not listen. And A's, just feel what you're feeling. B's, you're going to share something that's important to you, something that you value. Ready? B's, share. A's, pretend to listen. Whatever it is, just reverse, switch. Talk about something that you care about. Hobby. Don't listen. It's hard not to. It's hard. You're good at this. Oh, I love it. Wait, don't. Look at Nolan. Oh, she's great. Oh, where's she being mean? Okay, time. Give me the microphone. Okay. Tell him what you were doing. Nolan was not listening, but he was doing what all the kids do.
I was listening. I was on my phone, scrolling, checking my news and email while my partner was talking.
Oh, beautiful. How did it feel?
Horrible.
Yeah.
And I was trying to like get his eye contact by doing this, and he was ignoring me.
I was listening.
Thank you so much. Now we're going to reverse it, okay? What we're going to do is really listen, and we're going to listen with our hearts, listen with our eyes, listen with our full attention, like this person matters to you, and what they're sharing matters to you. I don't know where we are, A's or B's. What's happening? Tell me, Jewel. Who's sharing first? B is going to share first. A is going to really be with them 100%, to the extent that when I ask you what your partner said, you'll be able to tell me. B's share first? Is that all right? Well, and then we'll just reverse it. Doesn't matter. Is that okay, everybody? B's first. A's listening. Ready? Begin. Practice listening. Okay, pause. B's were sharing, A's were receiving. B's, how did it feel to be listened to? Wait a minute, hang on. How did it feel? You were sharing, here you go. Thank you, Maki.
I like to talk more.
Oh! Isn't that the truth? I want to talk more because somebody's paying attention. Somebody want to share?
Well, yeah, it's more meaningful.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking to, and you're absorbing what
what they're saying.
so you can convey better.
Were you talking? Were you sharing?
Yeah.
He was sharing.
And you felt good, Clayton?
I kept acknowledging what he said. But
Yes, I noticed
but
that. Here.
the first time I actually heard what he said, even if I was pretending not to hear. But what he was more open about and more detailed about what he shared this
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Why? Because when that attention, that energy goes towards you, when that energy goes towards you, you lean in. And there's a remarkable thing called relationships are everything. You and I are related, and the relationships are everything. They are the most important thing that we've got. Okay, ready? Reverse, switch. I think it's A's are going to share, is that correct? B's are going to really listen. Use all the tools of listening, eyes, ears, heart. Ready, begin. Go. Yep. Okay. Begin to your last sentence slowly. Very good. Thank your partner. Now, how did it feel? How did that feel when somebody was listening to you? How did it feel when somebody was listening to you? Who was listening? Who was doing the listening over here? You were listening? How did it feel, Jules, when somebody is listening to you? You
No,
were
I'm
listening.
sorry.
How did you feel,
Oh.
Holly? How did you feel when somebody was listening to you?
It felt meaningful, and I was able to share much more.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's interesting when I'm in front of an audience and people are absolutely disconnecting from me, I lose my thought. When people are connecting with me, my thought flows. So it's amazing how much difference we make in everybody's lives. Who was listening and who was sharing? Last one. You were sharing. How did it feel, Morris?
Yeah, it felt good. And then, like you said, you want to share more.
You want to share more. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank your partner. Give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Yeah, thanks. All right. Turn the chairs back, and it's time for a break. Forgive me, we've gone a little over time. And we're going to have Reverend Blaine, do you want to share where the food is and what's going on? Bathrooms? Coffee, snacks, water, and the bathroom. We'll see you in about 12 minutes. Thank you for participating so much. It's beautiful.
Put the alarm on when you come back.
Oh. Okay, I'll put the alarm on. Whose is this? Whose is this? Did somebody have this that's Jules? It's coming, Jules. It's yours.
Yeah.
They kind of got cheated out of one.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Oh,
They can hear me.
yeah.
Oh, that's-
We really want to start in a couple minutes, so please try to get everyone back in their seats. Thank you.
Yeah, I know that waiting. So I got the microphone for you. It's on.
We are getting some questions about if you could slow down.
Oh,
But
thank
I
you.
know that you have a lot to.
Okay. Thank you, everybody out there. I will slow down. Thank you for your feedback. Those of you out there, please pull the IQ, EQ, SQ model. Thank you. And I'm going to talk about this for a moment. There was a period of time in my life when I was working in two areas. During the day, I was working with CEOs, managers, team leaders in business. We spent 5 years doing training at the Outrigger hotels. We trained all upper management at the Outrigger hotels over 5 years. Now, at the same time I was doing day training, am I going slowly enough over there? At the same time that I was doing day training, at night, we were going into the women's prison and doing training, and we were going into the boys' home and doing training. So here I was with the CEO in the morning, and here I was with a kid off the streets, boys. We went into the boys' home, so it was all boys, 17 boys in the evening. And what I discovered in that work was this. When there is discontinuity, when there are challenges or problems, it's always the emotional social skills. Intellectually, the kids that were in the boys' home were smart. They could get into a house, get into the refrigerator, steal enough food to keep going and live on the streets, shut the refrigerator, climb out the window, and put it back so nobody knew they were there. They were really smart kids. Some of these kids, they were 17, most of them at that time, age 17. Many of them, most of that group had been on the streets since they were 9 or 10. And what I found out was their hearts were really good and they were really smart. They didn't have direction. Now, let's go to the organizational situation. At the top of the organization is usually somebody who's been hired for their intellect, not necessarily their social emotional skills. So when we were brought in, Lynn and I, our business was called Elan Enterprises. When we were brought in, it wasn't because everybody was getting along. It was because there was a challenge. There was something breaking down. And oftentimes, it had to do with social emotional development or management, really understanding the need to develop their social skills and to manage their emotions. So here I was in a dichotomous situation. Top of the organization, bottom of life, these kids, right? And they had the same issues. So I developed the IQ, EQ, SQ model. It takes intellect, it takes emotional management, and it takes heartfelt social connections to make a difference, a successful difference in life. Okay, so that's how that started. If you would flip the card over and pick up a highlighter, please. I want to share something with you. IQ is no longer quotient, it is quality. So the quality of our intellect, how we use our minds and how we think. Now these kids were very good at using their minds to sneak in and steal stuff. But you know what? It wasn't what we were talking about. We need a quality that is highly effective and sufficient and working together. So it includes, but is not limited to, all of the words down below. Mental acuity, which is sharpness, forethought, curiosity, focus, but I want to give you the research. So take your highlighter and highlight on the second line, hang on, self-awareness, the last words there, and all the research on emotional and social literacy says that self-awareness is absolutely critical. And on the bottom line, in IQ, self-reflection. Under IQ, at the top, the last line, self-reflection. So self-reflection is pushing the pause button and reflecting. Self-awareness is awareness of myself in action. Those two things, the research says, are absolutely critical for the success of an adult in our society. Okay? Moving down to EQ. Say it again, Nolan. Sure. Self-reflection is push the pause button, reflect back or reflect forward. Reflect back on how you did, reflect forward on how you can do better. Where self-awareness is you in action, being mindful of yourself in action. Did I capture it, Nolan? You got it? Did everybody out there get it? I hope you did. Okay, EQ. The quality of our emotional responses, how we react or respond to events, situations, and also people in our lives. It includes, but is not limited to, all of the following, and anybody who's a teacher knows self-control is so important. That's the first word. But here's the research. I want to drop down to line 3. Resilient optimism is critical for success. And the next line, psychological hardiness, critical for success. Now, psychological hardiness is the ability to get up and get back in the game after you've had a failure. And what they did was they measured how quickly successful people get back in the game. They get back in the game really quickly. People who are not so successful or don't manage their emotions very well take 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. They'll take a day off from work because somebody said something. But those who are successful immediately get back in the game. Okay? And resilient optimism is what? The glass half full at least, and keep going. SQ, and this is where for me the research really panned out, because basically I'm a spiritual person and everything else has to fall within that contract. SQ, the quality of our social relationships, how we connect with and relate to other people. The two things that they say, the research says, which for me said, yes, I'll go with the research. Bottom line, empathy and compassion. That without empathy and without compassion, you will never be a successful leader, successful parent, successful brother or sister, successful spouse. Do you know what I mean? Because without empathy, we've got no connection. Empathy and compassion are so important. Now, Catherine is going to come up. She's so precious. Catherine's going to come up and talk to us about using the placemat, because she has used it in the classroom. This is Kathy Fryer, by the way. She has a last name. She's married. She said to me, listen, she said this to me. She said, well, people may think they're here for one thing, but maybe they're here for another. Like I'm here to learn how to communicate better with my husband. That's what I'm learning. To listen. Go.
He says I always have to have the last word, and I told him, not. So, with my kiddos, you'll notice on the back there's a storyboard for the kids. So we mostly know the IQ, right? But in schools, we didn't teach SQ, the social skills, and we didn't really teach EQ, emotional skills, at least not when I was growing up. And so now you have all these adults running around that don't know how to communicate and have empathy and compassion. They don't know how to really let each other finish their sentences, kind of talk over each other. So anyway, with my kiddos, what we do is, this is too many words. So I'll have the kids just look at this, and because it's a dry erase board, we'll kind of go over a few terms, and I'll just ask, this week, let's choose one. Do you want to choose one from IQ? I encourage them not to. I want them to rather choose one from SQ or EQ. So they'll choose a word. And if we do have consensus, like, all right, okay, guys, look under EQ, we're going to work on confidence. Circle confidence. And so throughout the week, you have to designate it some time for the kids to be able to reflect on the word confidence. In school, were you confident today? When you were doing your homework, were you confident today? Please draw it, write about it, tell me how you thought, what you feel. Yeah, what did it look like? So you have the kids learn the word, and then they get to connect to the word with their experiences. And then by the end of the week, it's like, okay, so confidence. The next time we have confidence, when that word comes up again, let's see if there's changes and see if you're really growing with that word. So just one word a week. Yeah.
Well,
So that
that's
it's not overwhelming.
wonderful, because when you're teaching Dharma school, one word a week is really what you can do. And then the homework next week is to practice during the week, and then the next week you open with a discussion. How did your listening go? How did your confidence go? Were you more confident this week? Or where did you fall down, and where do we want to improve? So it's perfect for Dharma school. Now, the other thing I want to point out, thank you, Kathy. Please give her a hand. Thank you. Yeah. My niece is so valuable to me. She's my heart, my little heart. I love this girl. I want to also point out that amongst your tools, you've got something called Buddha is our teacher. And if you turn, for example, to page 23, there's a lesson on kindness. So you may pick a lesson on kindness for the week. And there's a lot of material on it. Would you turn to page, there's another one on kindness a few pages before. Hang on a sec. So this is yours to keep. Oh, be kind, page 25 and 29. There's a whole bunch of material on being kind. Also, if you notice on page 16 and 17, Gautama Buddha is our teacher. So you've got material in here that you can interface with this. Does that make sense? Kindness is on this somewhere. Kindness, respect, yeah, it is. It's under emotional right there. You see it? So you've got a lesson that you can do with kindness. And have the kids circle it, and then use this for them to draw their experience at school or at home or on the playground or with their best friend, kindness. Does that bring some clarity to this? This thing is extremely powerful. It will go for years with you. And what I've spoken with Debbie about is Debbie is going to be sending you the master for this. Please know that all you need to do is make sure the copyright stays on there. So at least we've got some credit down on the right-hand side, okay? And I'm giving you permission to copy it and to make these for your classroom. I'm giving you permission to do that. I want to have all of you have the ability to use this. I think this is one of the best tools I created. And I've done some other tools that really work, but this is really good. It's got longevity. It's got, we pre-thought this thing pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay?
Auntie Trin, we had a question about what is that quest for values in the bottom right-hand corner. She was asking.
Oh, good. That was our nonprofit. We had a nonprofit called World Youth Network. And Quest for Values was, when we went to Australia, we titled it Quest for Values so that we would keep the package under one package. And we had curriculum from K to 12 under Quest for Values. Did you have a question?
I was just looking for the copy.
Oh, the copyright's not on yours. Okay. Not on yours? Well, don't you love it? I can surrender it to Buddha. This belongs to Buddha. And you can copy it all you want. Nobody can challenge you. So everybody's got permission to copy it. Please know that it gives me great joy to see this used because it's in probably 500 classrooms in Australia. It's in a couple of classrooms in Indonesia and India and Canada, and a lot in Honolulu, but more in Australia than ever because we did, 14 years there, 35 trips. Any questions on that? Any questions coming through, Debbie, from anyone else? Okay. I would like to do, this is what I love. Your kids expect you to take the phones away. Don't. Tell them to bring their telephones to class. And when you are working with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, here's a way to do it. I'm going to ask you to get into groups of 4, would you, sitting at the tables? You can flip your table around and talk to them. Bring your phones out on the tables, please. Would you folks grab a table? Everybody go get somebody at a table of 4, and I'll give you instructions. And you can pretty much leave everything except a storyboard and a pen. Bring a storyboard and a pen with you. And your phone.
Groups are not in groups of 4. Do they have to be in 4?
No, they can be in 3. If they've got 5 people, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, you just need a written piece of paper for writing notes.
Oh, notes?
Yeah, for notes. So just grab a piece of paper, one of these. There you go. Okay?
Not our notes.
No, well, you might want to. No, it's not an activity. I'll tell you the activity after. Okay, just turn around. Everybody grab a table of 4. Perfect. Yeah, you can use that. Yeah, that's perfect. Oh, I love it. Look at you munchkins. This is great. Go on, Jules, you just stir up that pot and get everybody excited. I love it. Say hi to your partners. Get a chair for, good, there you go. Everybody working together? Wait, we need one more partnership here. Can we get a chair over here and add a person here? There we go. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Are you ready? Say hi to everybody you're working with, please. All right. All right. Here's the question. Would somebody at the team, somebody on the team, please write down the question. How does real listening, or how can real listening help us in our day-to-day life with family, friends, and at school? So let me say it again. How does real listening, the listening that we're talking about today with eyes, ears, heart, undivided attention, how can that kind of listening help us improve our relationships at home, our relationships at school, or what we're doing at school, and our relationships with our friends, whatever it is? Got it? Got it. Now, pick one person to communicate with me, and that person, I'm going to call them to the front of the room and give them my phone number, so they will be the person reporting your results to me on my phone. So they will text me the results of your discussion. Pick a person to represent your team. Do that now, please. Somebody's got a phone? Okay, who is it on that back table? Okay, I'll just give you my phone. Well, it's going to go everywhere. I'd rather just give. Yes.
How do you want them?
Ooh. Those of you working in the other centers, whoever your key person is that communicates with Debbie, everybody's got one, right?
Yes.
That person will sit with you in those teams and communicate by phone or whatever it is with Debbie the results of your discussion. You're going to have a 9-minute discussion.
I'll put my cell number in the chat.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Debbie is putting her cell number into the chat right now. One person going to represent your team. Who is it? Quick. My number, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
808. You want to just write it down? You can put 808-227-6419. Okay, you got the question? Okay, so who's the representative that's going to text me? Perfect, Linda. Let me give you my number. Ready? 808. Everybody's hearing it.
Anybody object?
So who's the? No, you don't have to text me until it's finished the discussion. Okay, so here's the instructions. Are you ready? Everybody at the team is going to discuss the question of how real deep listening could improve their family, their friends, their schoolwork, etc. And we'll give you 7.5 minutes to discuss. I just thought Jules would like that limit. You'll have about 8 minutes to discuss, and then at a certain point I'll say, okay, begin to wrap it up, and then as you wrap it up, the person who's communicating with me will talk with the team about what they want to tell me they discussed. So you'll have about 2 or 3 minutes to talk to your person who's going to be your communicator, and they will text it to me. This is team number 1 back there. Got it? Team number 2 here, right? Team number 3 there. Ready? Everybody clear? Begin your discussion, please. Start with friends and family. Go with friends and family. Yeah. Make sure everybody communicates.
People just testing.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, good. I had no idea people were coming, more people from just families. It's okay, though. quickly wrap it up. Finish the sentence that you're on, please. And would your communicator please text me, or would you discuss what wants to be texted and then text me what you discussed? What do you want to communicate with me? What did you discuss?
So someone texted me a long thing. I don't know who it is, but this is what.
Oh, wow. Wow. Can you copy and send that to me? And do you know where it's from?
No.
Which group?
No.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll send it.
Yeah, great. Perfect.
I guess I'll send you whatever.
Yeah, it's perfect. That one especially. I just want you to know the others are sending long text messages to Debbie, and she's sending them to me. What did you discuss? What did you learn from each other? What are you going to apply in your lives? Oh my gosh, I'm getting communication from Kauai. Okay, okay. Pause, freeze frame for a moment, just complete the sentence. Let me read you two things that are coming in from the other places. The first one I'm going to read to you. I don't mean to interrupt. I really apologize. I know it was a really beautiful share. So, no, it was. It was very important, Myrna. I'm not making less of it. I'll let you finish when I'm finished this, okay? Let me give you two things that came in from other places. Okay, so this one has doesn't say what group it's from. Connection. When listening to someone, there's no agenda, so you can listen with empathy for understanding. You feel validated when someone is listening to you. Everyone feels like they are part of something. You're really listening and not worried about what to say next. Practicing is very important, especially for young ones to learn. We make time for each other to make people feel that we care for them. If we are disconnected, both the speaker and the listener can feel it, and there is a lack of validation or acknowledgement. That was one group. Give them a hand. Isn't that amazing? Okay, I'm going to read Kauai. Hang on a sec. It's handwritten questions. Okay, so here's Kauai, listening. Know what's going on. Avoid misunderstandings. Keep appointments and be on time. Don't feel lonely. Learn new information and maybe change your thinking. Wait a minute. Health benefits also from listening. When somebody listens to you or you're listened to or you're listening, there are health benefits. Open-mindedness happens as a result. People want to be heard and want to be accepted. They need fellowship. Getting along and harmony happens through good listening. Okay, that's everybody else. You folks better rise to the occasion in a minute. This is from Honolulu. Ready? Communication is the basis of all relationships. It is so deep. Listening plays an important part in that. Real listening is more than just hearing. Listening can lead to greater trust. This is from Wailuku. So this is from Wailuku group. This is great. We learned that it can improve our relationships with our family and friends. It helps us understand how others feel and can change their reactions to what is being said. Sometimes deep listening isn't possible with young children, but sometimes it is too much information or not enough information, especially with children. Listen, be silent, and not judgmental. And sometimes you have to listen deeply to hear the hidden message. Woo, isn't that good? Okay, I'm going to go on. We're getting all these responses. Real listening assists our relationships because it develops your emotional quotient. Whoa, somebody listened. Real listening helps develop stronger relationships. Deep listening may be received differently in different cultures. Beautiful. I.e., looking directly at the person who is speaking and asking direct questions. Sometimes in Japan that doesn't work, right? Oahu, here you go, group 2. Interpretation matters. Without letting people finish, people interrupt and not allowing person to finish. We become more attentive to details, waiting patiently for the person talking and not prejudging, because we are listening with our ears, our hearts to be understood, giving us an opportunity for empathy and compassion because we put ourselves in the other person's shoes. Here's Hilo. Oh, that was from Hilo. That was from Hilo. Honolulu, Debbie, this is Eileen. Our group came up with the following: finding solutions and increasing productivity by giving every voice and every idea equal ground and helping everyone feel heard. Building stronger human connections with everyone and discovering common ground despite differences. Increasing empathy and being non-judgmental and compassionate. And finally, showing your family, your friends, and your coworkers that you really do care about them and that they matter. Give them a hand, please, for all of their contribution. Oh my gosh, this was from the group that sent that message. The first message, they sent a picture. Okay, we need a picture over there. Come on, take pictures at your teams and give them something to send, where to send it. Okay, Deb? Take a picture of your team over here. Take a picture of your team and we'll send them. Come on, we need to communicate. This is good. Look at that. That is so precious. Okay, everybody in your team, there you go. They're taking a picture. Get in that picture, Sadie. There you go. All right, where are we sending these pictures? Send it to. Okay, we need phone numbers so we can send our pictures. That's pretty impressive. This was the group from Honolulu. I love it. They're so cool. Oh, okay, here's one phone number. Ready? 808-938-0. 808, is that your number? Oh, well, don't send it there. Oh my gosh, we need the numbers for the other people. Do you want me to hold it and take a picture? Here. Are you ready to? Okay, get tight. Oh, I love it. Perfect. Oh my gosh, now they're sending, the Oahu district sent a picture. I love it. We're doing, look at this. Isn't that great? Here's the Oahu group, took a picture of themselves. Woo! Give them a hand, thank them. We're trying to figure out some phone numbers, folks, so we can send it to you. I don't know. Hang on, Debbie's trying to get some numbers. Oh, this is darling. Oh, is that right? Can Darren send them on? Can we send it to you, Darren? And then you can put them up? Can you, oh, you, okay. You, 895-7953. Our technology people back there will try to figure out how to send it to the other teams. Send your picture to that number. Okay, I'm waiting for our responses to come from this room. Ready? Go, get your responses ready. Yeah, well, yours was so quick. I love it. What did you say? It was so funny. Wait. It was from Sadie? Oh, Sadie. Gosh, Sadie. 808-987. Oh, I can't do it. Sadie, I can't find yours, baby. Where is it? You did, okay. Oh my gosh, Hilo is checking in with pictures. Oh, this is great. This is fabulous. There's Hilo. It does, doesn't it? There's a picture from Hilo. Isn't that something? We got everybody going except we can't get going. Oh my gosh, thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Kauai is coming. Oh, we just got Kauai. Look at this. This is great. Hang on. Kauai. There's Kauai. Woo! Oh, okay. There's Kauai. Now, are we getting our pictures out there at all? Everybody who sent one should be able to receive it. That's your number. Okay, there, go. Okay. Okay, we're waiting for responses. Sadie, did you send your response? I'm looking for it. Hilo, Oahu. Sadie, what did you say, baby? I'm looking. Oh, perfect. Give her a hand. Sadie said, get on the same page. Thank you, Sadie. All right, give yourselves a hand and thank your partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're running low on time, but let me tell you what the last activity would have been. The last activity would have been, unless you want to do it, it takes 10 minutes. Okay, let's do it. 10 minutes, are you ready? Here's the activity. Design one-hour Dharma lesson that covers listening for the young ones, listening for the middle, and listening for the upper grades. One-hour lesson that you can develop. And actually just do it for one group of people. You do it for the younger group from K to 4 or 5. You do it for 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay? And you do it from 8 to 12. Is that okay? Ready? Begin. Design a lesson for those 3 groups. Over there, in the other areas, design a lesson for one of the groups, either the high school, the middle school, or the lower grades. Ready? Begin. Go. On listening. On listening. So you can use all the material you've already gone through and design a lesson. Here's your, good.
Should I share that you can put any lesson and just make the kids listen better during that lesson?
Oh, great. They're going to do kindness. Oh, that's great. So I found that the teams are picking a word. Go ahead and pick a word. If you want to do kindness, do a lesson on kindness. Oh. Did you get them, Debbie? Were you able to get some pictures and send them? Okay.
Think, focus, imagine.
Or why don't you just take kindness? Take the word kindness, okay? Take kindness, okay? So you're going to do an activity on kindness, and it could be from circle the word, and then have them, you're in the younger grades, right? Have them draw. What grades do you have? Yeah, perfect. Have them draw a picture, K1, 2, draw pictures. Yeah, storyboard it. Yep. Yes. Yes.
Everybody's pictures and put it on like a sheet of a compilation.
Okay.
Of everybody.
Oh, that's great.
And then send it out.
Oh, that's great. They'd love it. They'd love it. So you got each group?
Yes.
Great.
And then, whatever they sent to me.
Okay. That's great.
Oh, everyone is enjoying talking and can't stop.
It's great. I love it. I love it. Thank you. I've never done the remote. I've done it only remote or only in person.
So it's
like,
challenging.
yeah, it's good. It works.
For them to get some.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, I think it's okay.
Orange County just signed in and said thank you. They really enjoyed it. Yeah, Debbie's asking them for a picture. So remember the template. The template tells you exactly how to run a curriculum. You do the lesson, then you do an activity, right? Then you do the debrief of the activity, then you do a full room share, and then you do a close. And I'll teach you in a few minutes how to close. Is that on? No? Two more minutes. Put the storyboard first and the sharing second. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So then they're sharing their storyboard, right? One more minute. Are you ready? Somebody's going to share? Nolan. Don't you love it? Been appointed. Okay, wait 1 second. Begin to wrap it up. Finish the sentence that you're on. Okay, everybody ready? We're going to have Nolan share for team. So what was the word you picked?
Oh, so our
Face
lesson.
the camera.
Oh, okay.
Nolan's going to share about his team. Ready?
We don't necessarily have a word actually, but
Okay.
the lesson we chose from this book, Buddha is Our Teacher, and it's page 18, and our grade level was the middle school age, so middle school to high school. So the quote on the page is, winning the battle against yourself is more important than competing against others. And middle school kids might relate to this because of all the competition that they have in sports as well as academics. So following the template that you offered with the training template, would share that quote with the students. And then the step do, students do an activity. So they look on the
placemat.
They look on the placemat, and each student choose a word in the IQ, SQ, and EQ that quote would relate to. And then in the debrief section, everybody share their words, or the team activity. In the debrief activity, everybody share their words, and then kind of skip to the step 5, but the 2 gifts I receive and 1 commitment to action. Choose a word that you could relate to and use it in the week, and try to fill out the 9-box.
Oh, that's great. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Give them a hand. That's great. Thank you. So they would do the 9 boxes for homework or bring it back and do it. Is that how you did it?
My guess is they would choose a word, and during that week they would work on that with that quote in mind.
Got it. So they would choose the word, and during the week they would work with that quote in mind. Who's communicating here? How about here? Somebody? Yeah. Go, Holly. Go, Holly.
So we decided with the placemat lesson, we would pick a word and they would circle it. And then after picking the word, we'll do a think, pair, share, where they discuss that word and write it in a storyboard. And after they write it in their storyboard, they can also draw in their storyboard. Then they can act it out. They can act out the word, or they can come up with a song. And then there'll be some type of closure where they thank the group and
That's great.
share what they learned. So I thought of how I change words to songs. So I thought of the song Aloha Friday, and I recently changed it so that it was for teachers or for the kids. So, you know the song Aloha Friday? It's Aloha Friday, no school all summer, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do. But there's other parts that you can change to the song, like packing my bags to surf the waves, no homework or test to do. So you could change it so it's related to kindness or something
Oh
else.
my goodness. You know, that's wonderful. I want to thank the creativity in this room. One of the things that we didn't get to discuss is that kids love doing play acting. So another activity, you go to your activity sheet or jot this down and it can go to your activity sheet. Kids love role playing. And so you can get kids to role play listening, a scene in listening, and a scene of not listening. Do the not listening first and then listening. If I had all the different grades in one room, I would have the high schoolers doing a play for the babies and the babies drawing pictures. Do you know what I'm saying? So that you've got everybody kind of working together, because the elders in a room love taking care of the babies. They don't know it yet, but they will. They do take care of the kids really well. Thank you. That was wonderful. Anything over here on this team? Well, I don't want to end.
I need more time.
Okay,
But anyway,
all right, all right.
what I kind of looked, they came up with the word kindness.
Okay.
So flipping through this book.
Buddha is our teacher.
Okay. And being a teacher. But I teach music, not words.
Oh, good. Come up with a song.
But no, so looking at this, so I took from page 29 on it, and it says kindness is a very special word. So I would start off with that and have them, kind of tell them what it's a very special word. So why do you think it's special? And have them elaborate on that.
And discuss it.
Discuss it, yeah.
Okay.
And then it would go on, and then maybe they would write down their different things, list how they could be kind.
Right.
Kindness, all the different ways. And it's just taking parts of this book. Being kind means valuing creatures, living creatures, but just kind of giving them that. And then going on, it says what individual, team, working as a team. Discussing the word kindness. What does it
Perfect.
mean? What does it come up to you?
That's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Give them a hand. I don't know, turn it off.
Some questions.
You have some questions. Okay, so hold on, everybody. Questions are coming in. Go.
Okay, we have a couple questions. This is from Honolulu.
Yes.
So first of all, for physical methods, did you make any changes to for your COVID guideline? Did you make any changes for any of your physical delivery of things?
With COVID?
Yes.
I
during
wasn't
COVID.
teaching.
Yeah,
So
so
what
she
is
wasn't
that?
teaching. So.
Yeah, I wasn't teaching during COVID. I'm retired. I'm going to be 80 this year, folks.
Doesn't she look wonderful for 8?
So I've been retired since I was about 71 or 72. I'm still working, but I'm retired, so I'm not doing groups anymore. This was my contribution because my grandmother and grandfather loved Buddha. With all their hearts, they dedicated their entire lives to Buddha. So I have come back to represent my grandmother and grandfather in helping this generation to take care of our kids and bring them into the fold. But I didn't do anything in COVID. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. And the other is a more personal question.
Yeah.
How did you get your name Trinidad?
Oh, I have a Dorothy, one grandmother. Trinidad was my Spanish grandmother, and she had passed away, so she got second name. But I never met her, and somewhere in my 20s, I said, oh, well, you're going to be a speaker and a teacher. You better have a name they remember. And I went, yeah, I've got a gorgeous middle name. So my grandmother, I apologize for surrendering your name and taking my other grandmother's name, but I think you understood. Anything else? That's it? No other questions? Well, thank you over there. Now, wait 1 second. We've got to close this. Remember, 2 gifts and a commitment. Ready? Everybody turn to a piece of paper and turn to one block on their storyboard and write down 2 gifts you got today. 2 things that really touched your heart or inspired you or you learned. Something that really inspired you today. Write down 2 gifts you received. And then a personal commitment to action, something you're going to do to put it into action. I'm going to take it and see who's going to talk. 2 gifts or things you learned or things that touched your soul or inspired you. And a personal commitment to action, how you're going to use it. Now, you might be listening to your spouse or listening to one of your children or whatever it is for you. How are you going to use that in the coming week? Sadie's been so patient. Yes. Thank you, Sadie, for being so patient with all of us. You've been very good. Yeah, she did a lot. Can I open the floor so that you can discuss? Everybody around the table share their 2 gifts and their commitment so that you got about 3 minutes to share. Ready? Each table share around the table your gifts and your commitment. Ready? Begin. Go. Start with somebody. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's great. That's your week too? Your commitment also? Perfect. Begin to wrap it up. Thank you. One more share. Keep the sharing going. All right, would the teams, thank you, begin to wrap it up and thank each other and give each other a hand. Let's give ourselves a hand. Thank you so much. I want to, before we leave today, I want to acknowledge Depi Kuboto and her husband Alan, who's been running around with a camera. This one put it all together. I want you to know she worked really, come here. Yeah, really hard, really hard. Thank you. I want to acknowledge Reverend Blaine for allowing us to mess up his church. I want to thank Darren and Joey for being back there and doing a perfect job on all of this technology. And I want to thank Catherine Fryer for coming in today after finishing school this week. Would you thank her, please? And I want to thank all of you for your precious sharing today and your willingness to play. Thank you. Thank you to all the neighbor islands. God bless you. Gautama Buddha bless you. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, let me explain. We have too much material. Please put it into an envelope, keep it, and bring it next time because we will go through connections. We will go through all of the other material that you've got, and you've got a lot of it. So just store it and bring it back with you next time, okay? Thank you, everybody. God bless.
Thank you. And as I said, this is the first of a series. So I wanted to just announce our next date, but Trinidad wants to go around to each location on each island to meet everyone. So we kicked it off here in Kona because Kona is her home, but I'd like to have you all reserve the date of Saturday, August 3rd, because that will be our next session in this series of workshops. And we will be flying Trinidad to Oahu so that she could be with the Honolulu and Oahu districts on that day.
But I'll be watching you.
Yes. And we will try to coordinate things better where we have a communication with the facilitators at each location and maybe have them help us to run the activities a little bit better.
Yeah, and I really want to apologize. This is my very first time of doing this and Zoom at the same time with all the different locations. So I'm learning, and I want to apologize for any confusion, and thank you for paying attention, everybody, and really working it on your end and working it on this end. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll get better at it.
Let's give a big round of applause to our presenter, Trinidad.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, young one.
And I'll make sure to send out well, maybe you could give me a better copy with your copyright on that so that we can send that out to everyone, because I think the copy that you gave me must not have had the copy.
Probably didn't.
Yeah.
Does
And then,
anybody have a copy with the copyright on it?
I do, but yeah.
You do? You do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one to send out
Okay,
then.
and then I will send everybody pictures from all the groups so we can see who all participated today. So thank you again.
Thanks,
Sorry
everybody.
we went over time.
Thank
but
you so much. Take everything with you, stick it in an envelope, bring it back. And what we'll do is we'll go on with the training. You have been a wonderful group. Thank you so much. We're joining together for lunch here.